Welcome to the Bigger Room Podcast. I'm your host, Jill Bender.
And I'm Elle Cobian, and today we're going to talk about the power of visualization. Do you know what that is, Jill? Like, what comes to mind when somebody says visualize your goals?
What comes to my mind is actually seeing yourself in those goals, like fully immersing yourself into that. That's whatever, maybe pick a scenario of like when I visualize myself at the pool at my
There
house
you go.
with my lazy
Yeah.
river.
What do you think are the benefits of taking the time to visualize yourself? Like you just said, even if like you're seeking the feeling of feeling peaceful, so you picture yourself at the pool or something like that. What do you think the benefits of doing that are? At least for you. Why do you do it?
Because your mind doesn't know the difference between fiction and reality. And I want my mind to see myself there and believe that that is the truth and make it happen. I've done a lot of work on mindset this year, so.
Yeah, that's exactly it. There's a difference between wishful thinking and actually taking the time to sit down and embody that visualization of what your goals, what does it feel like, and bathing in those feelings and emotions. And the reason why I wanted to talk about it today is because we're coming to the end of 2024, right? The time of this recording, it's November. We have 1 month left, and we're back into the top of 2025. And people tend to really hone in at the beginning of the year with how they want their year to go, New Year's resolutions. But people get stuck on that wishful thinking of, oh, yeah, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. But they don't take the time to just sit down and have like a mental vision board. I mean, I've gone as far as like, print out pictures, get the tape and like, do a vision board as well. As a reminder, I know that doesn't work for everyone, but having that is much more powerful than just wishing, right? Because
Right.
wishes just go away.
When you do it, when you visualize it, you're putting like an imprint into your mind, into your subconscious mind. And it's starting to realize that this is something that either it thinks is already true or now it's going to start making true. But yeah, this is a kind of a roundabout example of exactly what you're talking about. Every morning for the last couple months, I wake up and whatever money I have, whether I made some money, it could be like I made $2, on the TikTok shop or something right when I wake up, or I could have made no money and I just have some money sitting in my bank account and I make myself aware of whatever I have. And then I look up. I always look up because that to me is talking to the universe. And I say, thank you for my wealth. Show me how good today can get. Show me how good it can get. And I say those 3 things, but there's many days where I might be laying in bed still and I'm kind of like, thank you for my wealth. Show me how good it's going to get. And I'm like, nope, it's not going to work like that because I just generically said that. I just like spat it out like, here's another thing I have to do in the morning. And then I stop and I reset and then I look up because that's what I got to do. I look up and then I say it with compassion. And I feel like that is a deeper imprint on actually like it being a thing. So how I'm visualizing or how I'm seeing this and why I'm using this as an example is when you just put down, oh yeah, this year I want to, lose 40 pounds. But when you visualize and you actually put yourself as that 40-pound less person, it's a huge difference.
Yes. There's a difference between the want energy and the I have energy. There's a difference. And even just shifting your writing and I have and then insert result, insert goal that you desire, it is much more powerful because your brain doesn't know the difference. You highlighted that importance. Your brain does not know the difference, which is why people have depression and anxiety because your brain doesn't know the difference. It's either stuck focusing on the past or it's stuck focusing on the future. But if you just take that time every single day, whether it's in the morning, in the afternoon, it doesn't matter, to just be present and visualize your goals and your desires as if you have them right now in front of you, that is an important ritual that I highly recommend everyone does right now. Don't wait till 2025, because this is another thing, right, Joe? It's crazy how people's minds work in a linear way. It's like, oh, I'll wait till the top of the year. I'll wait till
Mm-hmm.
next year, at the beginning of the next year. It's like time is going to pass regardless. Like time doesn't really exist, but our minds thrive. That's what actually holds people back. Is
Mm-hmm.
you like put up these obstacles of, I'll wait to the top of next year, as if the rest of this year doesn't matter.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And if you guys pay attention to athletes, they talk about their visualization, the quarterback of the Chiefs. I watched a recent interview of him and his routine of how he gets in the game, and he gets there early. He sits at the bench. He walks on the field. And he already pictures how the game is going to go. He visualizes the win. He has his ritual, and he embodies celebrating it before it happens. Same thing with boxers. Any professional athlete, they take the time visualizing that win. How does it feel? And that's the only possibility that is a reality in their life. They don't focus on, fuck, what if I fail? What if I lose? What if it doesn't work out? Imagine spending your energy into that way of thinking. It's
Yeah.
just as powerful. It's just as powerful, though. So if it's just as powerful, which visualization will you choose? The scenario where you're winning and have achieved your goals and all desires, or the one where worst case scenario,
Right.
right?
So many people talk in worst case scenario.
Oh
The
gosh,
what
you're telling
if?
me,
Well,
yeah.
what if? It's like, stop with the what if. Think of what if it's amazing. Like, think of the
Right.
best case scenario, not the worst case scenario.
I see it in my students all the time. Like, what if this, what if that? And it's like, you guys need to understand that every time you speak, it is literally an affirmation, and it is a
Mm-hmm.
mental rehearsal. You are rehearsing for your failure. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, we all freak out, right? Like, oh, like, I don't want to say freak out, but we all, we're human. We do have those thoughts, but the more you let them consume your actions, that's where you're following that path, because you keep rehearsing the visualization of failure.
Yep.
So stop it. It's going into 2025. Like, do it now. Right? Like, stop it.
Do it.
So
Do it now.
do
And
it
it
now.
becomes like, build that habit. So when you hit 2025, you're already rolling with that good habit. Like,
Yeah.
now 2025 is
Yeah.
going to be even more powerful because you already know how to do it. Don't put this
You
off. Start today.
start today. And I want to walk you guys through just a quick little, I guess, journaling that you could do that I was recently taught, and it was super powerful. It got me ready now instead of 2025. And that is just journaling something that you're grateful for, or something that you overcame for every single month. So going back to January, and it's very easy to forget, like, oh, what happened in January? This is why I think we all have phones. Look at the pictures you took. What did you do? What are you grateful for? What did you overcome? Maybe it was a relationship, something at work, something. Maybe you overcame a fear of joining TikTok Shop and posting your first TikTok, right? That is something that I know I overcame in 2023. So same with you, Joel, right? Posting online,
Mm-hmm.
like, celebrate the things for every single month, and then also write, what are you still overcoming, right? So I overcame this in January, and I'm still overcoming this. That way you see the win and the areas for improvement, because we're not perfect. And then do it for November and do it for December. Do it ahead
Don't
of the
stop
event.
doing it.
Yeah, don't stop doing it. But this gets you in that energy of, okay, the year is over. And that's great. I'm proud of everything that happened, and I'm so excited. I learned a lot, and I'm excited for the areas that I still need to improve on. That way, you already know what to do come 2025. And if it's the same thing every single year, that means that you're the person that's visualizing the worst case scenario.
Time to do something different.
Time to do something different. What is one thing, Jill, that maybe you set yourself to achieve earlier this year and maybe it hasn't happened yet? You don't have to share what that is, but maybe, I guess, energetically how you're showing up with, most likely is mindset, something around mindset, or, life does get in the way. Is there anything like that in your life? Is there anything that you set yourself to do earlier this year that you haven't
Okay.
accomplished? And maybe, like, I guess, like a win, like, I guess this is an example of something that we're still overcoming.
Well, as we've mentioned many times, this year started off unexpectedly, I would say, for most of us.
Mm-hmm.
We were rolling through a very big high through 2023, and a lot of things changed early in the year. So I want to say that I didn't. I'll confess, I did write down goals for this year, but I didn't fully put my. I didn't give it to my subconscious mind. I didn't visualize any of it. I was kind of generically writing down some things because I had achieved almost every goal that I wrote down for 2023. Like, I was just crossing them off throughout the whole year, which was crazy. So when I came to 2024, I was kind of like, what else do I want? And yeah, now probably my biggest thing was I don't even think it was on a goal, but it was the mindset has just been a huge, huge, huge focus of mine this year.
It's been an awakening, hasn't it?
It has been incredible.
Yeah.
Like, incredible. And when you were saying you're listening to your students, and I do the same thing, my students are talking, or even people that I talk to, even people that we have worked with for a very long time who generally have a very uplifting, positive, have like that right mindset, even them lately, I have heard a different language coming out, and then I
Mm-hmm.
have to say, hang on, you know this, like, everything you're saying right now, the universe is listening, and you're only going to get more of what you're saying, so stop saying it. And how many people do we talk to saying, oh, my social media is not growing? Okay, well, it's never going
Yeah.
to grow. It's never going to grow. Or,
Yeah.
no, I attract poor people. Okay, well, you're just gonna keep attracting
Words of
more poor people.
affirmation. Yeah,
Yes,
exactly. Exactly that.
everything we say, it is literal.
It is. Believe that. Even if you don't believe it, what if you lived your life like that, knowing that, oh crap, what if everything I say comes true, to include the negative stuff,
Mm-hmm.
right? And
Mm-hmm.
again, if it's not happening for you with ease and grace, it's probably because you still have some self-development to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's why you won't win the lottery. What happens when you give people, like, the average person that wins the lottery goes broke? You're just not ready for it. So how does that person that is successful on social media, how do they talk? How do they walk? Right? You want to be healthy and fit? How do they walk? How do they talk about themselves? What do they eat? Embody the person you want to be. You don't need the
Mm-hmm.
stuff to embody the person you want to become. If
Right.
you do that, holy smokes. Talk about transformation in record time.
For sure. And the more you practice it, the more you do it, the more you're gonna see how right what Mel is saying, how right she is. It's unbelievable. So I'll share this story. It's kind of a personal story that I don't think I've shared. I think I've only shared it with one other person. But um so throughout 2024, like, there's been some struggles, and I if you guys have followed me on social media, like, last year, a huge exciting thing for me was that I had bought my Bronco. That Bronco was not an inexpensive vehicle. and I did not pay for it in cash, which I really wish I would have now. But anyway, I have payments, and they're huge payments. So I was starting to struggle through the summer with even making the payment on the Bronco. And I had missed one payment, and then I missed 2 payments. And I'm like, how many payments can you miss before they're going to repossess my car? Like, how embarrassing will that be? And I'm pretty good. I don't care about what people think of me, but it would be really freaking... Did I share this story already?
No, you have not.
Story?
No,
Oh, okay.
I didn't know this.
Like, how embarrassing would it be to have that freaking thing picked up? Like, I would die. So I was sitting, and this is where people find themselves, and it's hard to realize you're even there, but I was sitting in this, oh my God, what if this worst case scenario happens? What if it happens? What if it happens? And then one night I was sitting there, I'm like, this is not going to serve me. This is not going to help me keep the Bronco. I need to get up right now, and I need to write a list of, 10 to 20 things of what I want. I need to get clear about what I want. And we've talked about how you need to be so clear on what you want. We need to tell the universe, like, what do we want? So the first thing I put on the top of the list was, I want the Bronco. And once I said I want the Bronco, it started a whole chain of events happening in the background and in my subconscious mind that now it became, what if I lose the Bronco, to what the hell am I going to do right now to make sure I never lose that Bronco? And then within, I think it took me 2 months, but I had all the payments caught up 100%, and I am never losing the Bronco. So,
Awesome.
I mean, that's just, that goes to show right there. Your words lead to what you
Create your
get.
reality. They create your reality, and for every emotion, there's always an opposite. Right? There's always an opposite emotion at the other end waiting to be explored, and you get to decide, are you going to hang out in these lower frequencies and create your reality from there? Or are you going to rise above, ascend to those higher emotions of love, compassion, gratitude, sharing? Just open yourself to the possibilities, and amazing things will happen. It's now. It's not at the top of the year. There's no perfect time. It's now. Remember, there's no past, there's no future. There's just the now. And Joe and I get super passionate about this because we just want to shake you guys. like stop, because it's like we just see self-sabotage. It's coming from that place of love, and I guess it's maybe a little selfish for us to want you guys to thrive in that way, but it's because we know that at the end of the day, the only person in your way, it's you. It's not the algorithm. It's not, your circle of friends. It's none of that. That's putting the blame outside of, it's putting the blame outside of yourself. As long as you continue to do that, you are a victim. How do you become a creator? Visualize. So come back, listen to this episode as many times as you need to really drill it in your little ego mind that we are a creator. We are here to create the reality that we want. It's time, guys. It is time. Do the exercise. Go through every single month. Tap into the gratitude. Find something that you overcame and what it is that we still need to overcome. Because I don't know about you, but I am not repeating the same mistakes of 2024 or any other mistakes that have happened. It's all about just waking up. We're still waking up, and it's fun. So
it is fun.
Yeah.
That's it for today. Thank you so much for joining us on the Bigger Room podcast. We'll see you next week.